Hi, I'm Rich, and today we're going to try this Ecobee 3 Lite thermostat and the matching Ecobee 2-room sensors. The remote sensors, you just put these wherever you want in your house and they'll communicate with the thermostat. And in order to do this job today, we're going to have to take off our old thermostat. We're going to look at the existing wiring configuration and we're going to identify our wires here and down at the furnace, and then we'll make the appropriate interconnections with the new thermostat, and hopefully everything powers up and we'll be away to the races. Okay, here we are down at the electrical panel, and of course before doing any sort of electrical work, the first thing you should do is disconnect the power. So we've gone ahead and turned the breaker off for the furnace, and then once we get into the job, using our multimeter, we'll verify that the power has indeed been disconnected. Okay, so here I have removed the old thermostat, and the first thing you should do is make note of your wiring. In my case, greens to green, white to white, yellow to the yellow terminal, and red to the red terminal. But the other big thing we're looking for here is the fact that I have no C-wire. The C-wire is what brings power up to your thermostat. My thermostat, as you can see, has batteries in it. The new thermostat, the Ecobee 3 Lite that we're putting on, requires power. So we will have to install the little circuit board inside our furnace in order to compensate for that and bring power up to the unit. So for now, just make note of your wiring and we'll apply it to the new unit later. So when you're wiring up the power extender kit, the instruction manual is actually really well done. It's pretty straightforward what you have to do. You may run into some trouble identifying your wiring, in which case maybe you should hire somebody. Anyway, I've got it all sorted out. I'm hanging my power extender kit just by tie wraps like that. Really, to be honest, because I'm too lazy to extend one of the wires to lay everything down flat on the bottom of the furnace assembly there. So I'm just going to hang everything in the air. It takes the weight off the wires, and actually I think is going to isolate the power extender module from any vibration, which may help with stress on the small copper wires under the little terminals on the kit itself. So anyway, there it is. We're going to turn the power on and see what happens. Okay, here we are back at the electrical panel. The wiring's done, and I'm going to turn on the breaker and hopefully nothing goes boom. Okay, power's on. Okay, so we powered up the Ecobee 3 Lite. It was really easy to configure everything. You just go through a few items on the screen, set it up to your Wi-Fi and all that, and then we plugged in our little remote sensors, and they were pretty easy to set up as well. You can rename them or whatnot. I started out wiring this with the power extender down on my furnace because I didn't have a common wire, or I didn't think I did. Because of my HRV system, proved a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. It ran into some issues. I'd like to say technical support was fantastic. But then in the process of working on things, I found an extra wire in my thermostat wiring, so I was able to utilize the common feed off my furnace, so I then didn't need the power extender unit. So I went back to the simple installation of just with the common wire, hooked it up to my furnace, got rid of the power extender, everything worked great, and away to the races. If you do have to use that power extender, I don't think it'd be a problem. I think working with technical support on the phone, you'll be able to work through whatever issues you may have. So anyway, all in all, I'd say it was a pretty easy install. Probably took me about 2 hours of messing around. To be honest though, I was moving slow making this video and working with technical support. If you just went in and did the wiring in and out, you could probably be done in less than an hour.